Greg, good morning. So tell us about this now dead terror leader.
Look, he's part of that founding generation, as you said, Michael. 35 years ago, when Al-Qaeda emerged in 1988, he was there with bin Laden. The two of them were a formidable duo. Bin Laden, of course, was taken out in 2011, and Zawahiri's been #1 leader since then. This is kind of a global corporation. It's a very bureaucratic enterprise, and so that chief executive officer and senior executive is key. But thinking about that, taking out this leader doesn't necessarily mean that we've done with the problem, because Zawahiri was competent in holding things together, but he wasn't very charismatic, wasn't very inspiring, and he was 71. He was an old man. His replacement might end up having much greater appeal for another generation of Al-Qaeda recruits. And given that he was killed in Afghanistan, the profile of Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan is going to be key, and the profile of that next leader in Afghanistan may well end up working in the longer term in Al-Qaeda's advantage.
OK, a speculation already, of which you'd be more aware than most, that the Taliban was potentially harbouring Zawahiri, harbouring Al-Qaeda. What's your assessment of that?
I think we can say, that speculation that almost certainly is true. Al-Qaeda and the Taliban have a long history of association. They're very close, unlike Al-Qaeda and Islamic State and the Taliban and Islamic State, which are bitter rivals. So there's almost no question that the Taliban was very knowingly hosting the leadership team of Al-Qaeda, and we'll see this as a great affront, and that whatever happened with this strike, which would have involved some intelligence on the ground, didn't involve the cooperation of the Taliban, but possibly the Pakistanis. Possibly it wasn't very far across the border from Pakistan. And
just before you go, going back to you talking about Zawahiri being old and not that charismatic, what is the strength of Al-Qaeda now as a terror group that can still inflict lethal force?
Look, it's declined in some respects since 2011, since the loss of bin Laden. It lost out to Islamic State in terms of that being a charismatic caliphate, an exciting project, and it's still slow moving, but it's expanded across Africa. It's still strong in parts of the Middle East and Asia, and it's still a great brand name. Now, perhaps a new CEO will boost that brand. So I think the longer term trajectory of Al-Qaeda, particularly given you have the Taliban in charge of Afghanistan and providing a safe haven, is that it's going to get stronger and it's going to be more a problem. That would be the safe way of calculating the risk.
Yeah, indeed. Greg Barton, as always, appreciate your insights. Thank you.
Thank you.